Imagine waking up tomorrow to find that the internet no longer works. It's hard to fathom, but the sudden loss of the internet would cause a profound and immediate disruption across all sectors in the United States, reshaping daily life, commerce, communication, and even national security. The U.S. economy, which is heavily dependent on the internet, would face severe consequences. The immediate effect would be seen in online banking, stock markets, and businesses that rely on digital transactions. With over 90% of financial transactions now occurring online, the stock market would grind to a halt. Major banks and financial institutions would struggle to operate without internet access, creating widespread panic and an inability to transfer money or pay bills. E-commerce, which accounts for over 15% of all retail sales in the U.S., would come to a standstill. Companies like Amazon, eBay, and Walmart, which have extensive online operations, would be crippled. Brick-and-mortar stores may see a brief surge in demand as consumers flock to physical locations, but even these stores would face operational challenges due to disruptions in payment systems. Without the internet, communication across the U.S. would face a dramatic setback. Email, social media platforms, and instant messaging apps would go offline, leaving people disconnected from their families, friends, and colleagues. Businesses that rely on cloud-based collaboration tools like Slack, Zoom, and Microsoft Teams would be unable to function, halting both local and international projects. Traditional landline phones and cell towers could help mitigate the impact, but with most phone systems integrated into the internet, there would be widespread outages. News dissemination would also slow significantly. While TV and radio would continue broadcasting, they might struggle to provide up-to-the-minute updates. People accustomed to checking online sources for news and weather would face confusion and a lack of reliable information. The transportation industry would face immense disruption. Airlines, railroads, and trucking companies all rely heavily on the internet for operations, ticketing, scheduling, and logistics. Air travel could see cancellations and delays as flight management systems falter. GPS-based services, which millions of Americans rely on daily for navigation, would cease, leaving drivers and logistic services to revert to outdated methods. The supply chain would face a massive breakdown. Warehouses, shipping companies, and inventory management systems depend on internet-based systems to track orders and shipments. Essential goods, including food, medical supplies, and fuel, could become delayed or unavailable in certain areas. The absence of the internet would also pose serious national security risks. The U.S. military, intelligence agencies, and defense infrastructure rely on the internet for communication and data analysis. Critical cybersecurity efforts would be paralyzed, leaving the country vulnerable to attacks.